Well, Bob, I love when we have tropical system stories to talk about that. One is out in the Atlantic,
right?
No threat, and the other is just making some rainfall for us.
And you think about the time, too. The time of
Yeah.
the year, I mean, normally you could see some big storms this time of year. I'm talking big Category 3, 4, or 5s, and there's nothing out there. And in fact, Ian is the latest in September for a named storm ever to form. Usually they form in the early week, the first week, or they're around in early September. So a little unusual so far this year. Let's hope there's not a late season. You know, that's what we're hoping on. Great weekend, though. We had a perfect weekend for the big walk for Scott, the Heart Walk, and also golf tournaments. I played with the Family Resources and had a super turnout for that, and no rain was around for the most part. Rain around today, though. Casey Key webcam showing a lot of rain coming in just after 5 o'clock, and boy, it came in pretty heavy, too. At times, especially into Venice, and now that rain is starting to lessen somewhat along the coast. That's a good sign, but we are going to see it come back maybe in the next several hours or so. A beautiful shot of crepuscular rays, and Palmer getting this yesterday. A beautiful shot it was indeed. Thank you for that from Siesta Key. And that was the sunrise this morning, actually. You can see some big storms around the coast earlier today. Most of that now winding down, but that rotation and spin right here will continue to move off toward the west-northwest. Eventually over land, and these systems cannot develop when they're over land because they use the warm water as their fuel for their storms, and for the most part, that's going to continue on a west-northwesterly course, but it will be enhancing the storms in that we have low pressure nearby. Also, some heating in the low 90s today will cause showers and storms to be around again tomorrow, but most of the rain is winding down. Still some light rainfall lingering near Venice and Osprey all the way down to just north of Inglewood. A few light showers as well near Hidden River, but for the most part, things have calmed down considerably. But as I mentioned, with this area of low pressure nearby, we could see some redevelopment in the interior portion of the state later on this evening, working its way toward the coast. Boy, some impressive rain near Venice, over 1.5 inches there, and a ½ inch near Cortez and into northwest Bradenton. Just nearly 1 inch near Lakewood Ranch, and bigger amounts well to the east. Now, as far as our current conditions go, we have some clouds around 84 degrees. Dew point is at 71. We have an east wind at 9, and the pressure has actually been falling somewhat to 9.95 inches. And the high today, there it is, 2 degrees shy of the record. 93 it topped out today. 77 was the morning low. 3/700ths of an inch of rainfall at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. So they had with some showers that moved through just around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Temperatures have cooled as a result of the rain-cooled air here. Still pretty warm in Tallahassee. It's 90 degrees there, 86 in Miami and around the area. 77 in Venice now with that rain. 79 in Northport, 75 in Inglewood. Water temperatures really warmed up now, back to 88 degrees. And with this area of low pressure nearby, we'll have to watch it, but it doesn't appear to have much of a chance of developing because of some very strong winds in the upper level of the atmosphere, which is going to kind of blow the tops of the storms off to the northeast and will not allow it to develop. Top winds are at 30 miles an hour, the pressure at 1,014 millibars. There's some of the forecast paths and tracks. It's going to draw in some moisture, though, on Wednesday, too, so our rain chances will stay pretty high right throughout much of this work week. Now, this is a system out there in the Atlantic. This is Ian. And Ian is the 9th named storm of the season. It is a tropical storm and is expected to stay out there in the open waters of the Atlantic. It's moving off to the north-northwest at 13, and there it goes off into the North Atlantic. The storm, as we like to see, disperses energy, gets rid of the excessive heat, and it causes no problems for any land area. And it looks like that will be the story of Ian. Well, the water vapor content showing lots of moisture around our area, and with that moisture in play, a good chance for showers and storms developing again tomorrow. We could even see a few morning showers push in, but then mainly afternoon and evening storms. You can see this model actually increases the cells, especially in the inland areas. Well, cooling down over the northern plain states, 40s and 50s there in Minot and actually North Dakota and Montana. For boaters, looks like this. Winds will be east, turning to the south at 5 to 10 knots with a light chop. The low tide upcoming 4:45 in the morning. High tide will be at 10:15 tomorrow morning. Tonight, evening storms redeveloping before midnight, 76 for a low. And then it will end, say, after 1 o'clock. And then abundant tropical moisture tomorrow. Heavy rain possible with these storms, mainly in the afternoon and evening. We could see some localized flooding problems throughout this week, so keep that in mind. Temperatures staying near seasonal averages.